And hello, dear friend. Welcome to my channel, and I am sure this video will surprise you a lot, as you will see how young guitarists aged 13 to 15 play compositions like these. Today, I will be their judge and assess their level, and at the end of the video, I will choose a winner and award them a prize. So please support my channel and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. So, friends, our first participant is 13-year-old Yaroslav from Kazakhstan. He will play an original composition by Alexandr Misko. This is the guitar handle. It creates a complete feeling, as if you are the brother of Misko, just like him, wearing glasses, and having the same posture. I think you're left-handed, right, if I'm not mistaken, because, or maybe you just have a mirror camera. Well, in general, that's not the main point. The first thing I want to mention is the position of your neck, buddy. Pay attention to that. Even if we compare Misko now, how he plays this composition. We see that he doesn't have a tense neck. He isn't sitting like this, right? Because those muscles and ligaments get tense, and after some time you, being young now, will grow up, and this will make itself known.
It's scary.
Over time, your neck will hurt a lot, and God forbid, you might develop some other illnesses because of it. So the body should be relaxed. No muscle should be tense, neither the wrist, nor the neck, nor anything else. Another common mistake in tapping is pressing your palm against the neck. So, you see, yes, what is happening to us? There is generally a fear that if you play tapping without support, it won't be entirely accurate. This is your only mistake in tapping. In other places, you play clearly. It's just this spot where your palm is pressed down. Again, let's compare it now with Alexandr Misko. Yes, so why is it not recommended to do this? Because then the strength of the tapping will be very low. When you press down, your range of motion is very small. As a result, the tapping becomes weak, unclear, and barely audible. Write in the comments what you think. Is the thumb currently pointing up or to the side? But I'm sure you know that the thumb should always be pointing up. As for the rhythm, you have just the perfect rhythm. Alright, Yaroslav, huge respect to you. Cool. The next participant, friends, is named Jarek. He is 18 years old, and he will play for us the original composition by Alexandr Misko titled Recovery. Let's listen. I really like this composition. It's something unusual. It's some kind of space composition. As for tapping, I really enjoyed tapping with my left hand, just as I teach in my analyses. By the way, friends, I have just released a new analysis of Phoenix Rising on Boosty, friends, at an affordable price. It's not just about Phoenix, there are analyses for many compositions as well. Marcin's analysis is very detailed. There, I specifically explained how we create free space between the palm and the neck. As for the right hand in tapping, buddy, it would be good if you could at least use some kind of support. It's either the thumb, right here, or these fingers here, but I understand that it would be more difficult with these, because you often moved around a lot, so it would be better to use the thumb and, well, you would do the tapping harmonics just like that. Well, overall, I just want to say that you did an amazing job. Thank you for participating in my competition. It was a pleasure to listen to you, so let's move on to the next participants, friends. So, the next participant, friends, we have the channel Jake. He will be playing an arrangement of Carmen Habanera by Marcin-Toxicity. In general, it's a classic, friends. Let's listen. Well, what can I say to you, Jake?
Oh, I should tell you.
Overall, no comment, buddy. Everything was played perfectly. Yes, of course, you played a little slower than the original in terms of tempo, but that doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you played everything clearly and correctly. It's better to be slow, but at least it's right. Good job, buddy. Wishing you success. And now we move on to the next participant. The next participant, friends, is named Anton. He is 15 years old, and he will play us the arrangement by Marcin-Toxicity, Toxicity by System of a Down.
Who?
The percussion was clear in its rhythm. I also liked what I constantly talk about, which is that during percussion, our hand always returns back. Always. It doesn't stay here. This also applies to the Raggiata technique. When you were playing, I really slowed it down so much. I still didn't understand if you were playing the way Marcin taught you or in your own way. Because, to be honest, I used to just play up and down, up and down. Later, I realized that a special Raggiata technique is needed here. For those who don't know, it involves a throw with the ring, middle, and index fingers, and then our hand moves upward. The ring, middle, and index fingers go up. And then all of this gradually speeds up. I hope you are doing it this way. I also noticed that you often look at your right hand. That is, even if you... Yes, you see, this is also a big mistake. Why look at the right hand?
Really?
In other words, you can get used to playing a verse or a chorus with your right hand, strumming without looking there. What does this give you? It gives you control over your left hand.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What happens with the right hand there doesn't matter at all. In other words, you have to work on that yourself. Here, the movement is the same, but everything changes here. Therefore, it would be better if you got used to watching the left hand. The next participant, friends, is named Timothy. He is 14 years old, and he will play for us a well-known composition by Crow. Let's listen. Alright, buddy, what do you want to say? First of all, as I mentioned in my Telegram channel, by the way, friends, subscribe to the Telegram channel if you also want to participate in the competitions. That's where I will be talking about the release of new videos like this. You can participate in them too. Just subscribe. As for shooting the video, as I mentioned, you need to film yourself completely. That is, the entire guitar should be visible. Your legs should be fully visible as you sit, and your right hand should also be clearly seen. This is the first point. The second point is that I really liked how you play relaxed. This shows that you have played this melody many times before. That's good. That's cool. You play without relying on tapping again. So look at the position of his fingers on the hand and compare it to the original now. We see it. Right, that is the difference. These fingers are just somewhere in the air. We rely on all the fingers clearly. And your finger, the phalanx, like this, it's just a little bent. Right, I hope it's visible. I mean, it should be straightened. Well, almost straightened. Right. And this is how we do tapping. As for the rest, for example, in some bands, you were pulling some things. Well, overall, it's just minor stuff. It's more of a mess than any serious mistake. So I really liked it. Wishing you success. There are no strict or serious remarks. So let's move on to the next participants. The next participant, his friends call him Yerrick, and he will be playing on Phoenix Rising. Let's listen. Good looking. Well done for choosing this composition. I just recently worked on it in my boost. The first thing that immediately caught my eye is the beginning. Buddy, the fingers are completely out of sync. That is, your right hand is catching up to your left, while the left is falling behind.
I don't understand.
How can we fix this problem? Let's take this kind of chromaticism, slowly but clearly. And then you can start practicing. The most important thing here, of course, is accuracy, friends. Accuracy of movement. So look at what you're doing. You're trying to lift the bend with your body weight. That's wrong. And it's also wrong to lift it with your fingers. Right. So that's completely incorrect. Here, the lift is done using the wrist. That is, the wrist itself is what lifts.
Next, we place support at the base of the index finger. If we position the hand this way, the hand will end up wobbling, flailing around like crazy, and the guitar will be flying in all directions, but the output will be practically zero. Therefore, a clear, firm support at the base of the index finger is important.
Overall, you just need to sit down, work on a couple of things, and everything will turn out perfectly. So, the next participant, friends, his name is Artyom. He is 17 years old, and he will be playing Alexandr Misko. Let's listen. He will be playing with a looper. To be honest, I have never had experience playing with a looper, but let's listen. An incredibly simple composition, but very, very pleasant to listen to. Honestly, I could just listen to this over and over. There are no comments on the technique, so that's great. Thank you for participating in this competition. Let's move on, friends. You know what I think, buddy? I really believe you can freely become the second Ira Nirich. It all starts with simple compositions, then you move on to something more complex, gaining more experience along the way, and you come up with your own arrangements that 1,000 people just want to replicate. I think you can definitely do this, develop in this direction, help other guitarists break down these compositions, even sell tabs for a fee. So you have that potential. And regarding the filming, I will say that these angles are just perfect. Everything is played clearly. Well done. Let's move on to the next participant. The next participant, friends, is Stepan. He is 14 years old and he will play us the composition Croc. Let's listen. It's not bad, but there are many points regarding technique. The first point is your wrist. If you pay attention, it's at an angle. Remember, the wrist should always be straight. The distance should be like a matchbox. Don't press against the body. You see, you're doing it all with one finger. That is, you play everything with one finger. If you want to play, for example, specifically the second string, use the appuyanda technique. This is when you press down on the third string after striking the second string, and you keep changing fingers like that constantly. That is, you don't use just your index finger because it's ineffective. When you need to play something quickly, you simply won't be able to do it with just one finger. Yes, moving on. You have spread fingers. I mean, last time one of the participants had this issue too. Spread fingers. They should always be gathered. Here are the gathered ones. Look at how Jin San Kim. See, you're trying to push with your body again, using your mass. You don't need to do that. You don't need to. You can find a ton of exercises for bends online, including how to play them correctly. There are general instructions available. The way your wrist is just resting like that is also incorrect. Right. That's also incorrect. Absolutely. Next, regarding tapping, I immediately noticed that there is no support at all. I mean, there is absolutely no support. You're just doing it with one finger. Yes, that is incorrect. First of all, you didn't reach the right note. You overbent the note. And you're also playing with 2 fingers. The bend should be done with 3 fingers, friends. In this case, of course, it can sometimes be done with 1 finger, yes, and it is done specifically with the wrist. Here, with the wrist, by applying pressure with the wrist. Not just lifting with your finger like this. We specifically lift with the wrist. Again, all of this is available on the internet. You can check it out from the same Fred Guitarist. Well, friends, let's summarize and finally choose the winners. First place, friends, was of course taken by my own brother, you could say, none other than Alexandr Misko Yeresil. I congratulate you, buddy. This is a worthy victory indeed. Second place, friends, was taken by Timothy, who is 14 years old, and he played Crow for us. And in third place, friends, we have Yarek, who played a really cool and vibey original composition by Alexandr Misko Yeresil. And the most important thing? What prizes will the participants receive? They basically know. I already mentioned it in my Telegram channel. First place, friends, goes to the one who gets access to absolutely all the analyses I have on Boosty. Yeresil, I will write to you and send you all the analyses. Second place receives a small symbolic prize of $10. And the third participant, who is Yarek, receives 1 analysis. Just 1 analysis from Boosty. If you want more videos like this, friends, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to also subscribe to Telegram for all the news about new videos like this. See you soon, friends. Goodbye.